Hi guys, how you doing? So we have the live stream for Chandler and St James's. If you are part of that school and those groups, then please do put a comment in the comment section saying if you are here. And oh, I see audio ones here. Ella Smith's already here. Awesome. Hi Ella, how you doing? I'm just gonna copy and paste something into the comments section. Okay. So if audio or you lose connection or anything like that, anything like that goes, read the comments and hopefully that should be able to help you reconnect. So I'm just going to copy and paste that in before we start, just so we're all happy with what happens if we do get disconnected. Give me 2 seconds and then we will commence. Cool, hope you got that. So yeah, we've got Ella here. Yeah, like just like Ella's done, if you are watching, please do put your name in the comments, say hi. It's nice to know that people are watching, so that's good. And then, as is the purpose for these live streams, if you have any questions, please do ask me them. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for you to learn, and the best way to learn is to ask questions. So we've got another person here, Ella Walton, I believe that is correct. I am Welton, sorry, Emma Welton. My bad. Hi Ella, how you doing? We've got two Ellas here. Heidi's here as well. Awesome, cool. We've got a good group coming on. So Heidi. So let's start with. We've got 4 groups to get through here. We've got Eddie Stratford as well. Hi Eddie, how you doing? I just had your brother for a lesson, so you only saw me a minute ago. So we're going to start off with Chandler, and we're going to go through group 1, which is Ella Smith. This is your group. Tom, Scarlett, and Amelia. Okay. So this week I gave you 2 things. The first one was chord jogging 5 and lean on me into notation. Okay. So chord jogging 5 is basically an exercise to help you get better at your left-hand chords. So the chords are exactly the same as what they are in Lean on Me, not the same order necessarily, but they're the same chords. But it's just getting you used to playing them, and it's also getting used to you playing with a backing track. It's also good for you to learn new orders for chords, and just to not sight read, but learn something quickly and be able to play it. So, because that's what keyboardists often have to do. We have to learn something quickly or read what the chords are and play it. And that is, I mean, while obviously you won't necessarily be able to do that straight away now, as you get better, you'll find that that's actually a very important skill. So being able to play these 3 chords straight off the bat, or, pretty quickly, will serve you very well in the future. So that's why I gave you that. It's also meant to make you more confident with your left hand, so that when we put both hands together with Lean on Me, which we have already started to do, then you'll find it easier because you're more confident with this hand, so you can concentrate more on this hand. Okay, so that's the idea behind giving you that exercise. And then Lean on Me into notation. Basically, I'm just teaching you what Lean on Me should look like in musical notation, because at the end of the day, when we learn music, well, when you learn music in the future, you will be learning it through musical notation. So it's important that you know what that looks like. So I've sent you a video that goes through that. One thing I haven't sent you yet is we've gone through note lengths and got what letters look like in terms of notes. But the next one we're going to look at is dotted rhythms, which is something that there is actually some dotted rhythms in Lean on Me. So it's going to be an important one for you to watch, which I'll send that to you next week, so probably on Monday. Okay, so that's group 1. So that's Amelia, Ella, Tom, Scarlett. And now we have Ella Welton. Hi, Ella, you're here. And Summer, Olivia, and Effie. So I gave you guys, let me just get to the right part, exactly the same thing. So you guys are also sorted. So that's cool. So hopefully you've been listening to that, and then you understand what to do and why to do it. If you have any questions, either groups, about that, what I set, then please do let me know. I'll put a comment in the comment section and I will answer the question for you. But I hope everyone's got on okay with that. Ella, how did you find the Lean on Me going into notes? Did you understand it? Did you think it made sense or not really? If not, just put a comment, say yes or no, really. Or, yes, it made sense, George, or no, you're talking gibberish. Right, so let's go to St James. So we're going to start off with, well, as we'll start off with. So Heidi, I know you're not St James, but you're in a group with St James. So we'll go through your group first. So you guys were doing Ode to Joy, letters into notes. So letters and notation. So similar to Lean on Me, but instead we were doing it with Ode to Joy. So just making sure we know it made a little sense. Good. Well, hopefully a little sense. Good. With what did you find confusing about it, Ella? Was it just did you not understand what the notes meant, or how long you meant playing for the notes? Why different notes were being played for longer than others? What did you find difficult? And hopefully I'll be able to explain that for you a bit better now. So yeah, St James, or this group one, Heidi, your group, doing the same thing, but just to Joy. So hopefully that made sense for you as well. Again, there are dotted rhythms in that one as well. So the next video I'm going to send you next week, Heidi, is a dotted rhythms one. So showing you what dotted rhythms mean, and how to play them, and what they'll look like in different forms. So I think Lean on Me, you've got a dotted minim, and then in Ode to Joy, you've got a dotted crotchet. So Ella, you just put some at the end after the last C was a struggle. Okay, the end after the last C. Do you mean the end after the last C? So the very end of the piece, do you mean? So do you mean that bit, Ella? Yeah, Heidi, hopefully that made sense. And then so yeah, I gave you a new exercise, Heidi, which was finger jogging 4. How did you get on with that? It's basically this very similar piece to Ode to Joy. The notes are very similar, and similar sounding melody. And actually next week, I believe, no, not next week, in a couple of weeks' time, we're going to do something where we play Ode to Joy and finger jogging 4 at the same time. But that will all become apparent in a couple of weeks' time. So yeah, I'll explain that when it comes about. But yeah, hopefully you found finger jogging 4 okay. That's in you got on okay with finger jogging 4. Awesome. The key thing with finger jogging 4 is it's quicker. So you have the melody, which is let's not play now. Let's not play now. Let's not play now. Definitely there. So yeah, that is just a bit quicker, but you have that rest in the middle. And what will happen with Ode to Joy, we'll get something like this. Something like that, where you basically, one is playing slower and the other one's playing fast. Right. Okay, so Ella, you said yes. So this bit. So basically what I want you to do there is you go is you're holding the D for 3 counts. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so those long notes, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So nice and slow. You go 1, 2, 3, C, C, 2, 3, D, 2, 3, C, C, 2, 3. Hopefully that makes a bit more sense. Basically, because all the other notes really have either been 1 beat or 2 beats. So that one's a 3-beat note, and that's where the dotted rhythms thing, when I send you that video, which is coming next week, I believe, that will hopefully make more sense to you when you get that. Okay, cool. And then I believe actually Group B at St James's, so Eddie, your group, I believe you were going through the same things you were. So Eddie, hopefully you got on okay with that as well. How did you find turning Ode to Joy into notes? Did you find that okay? Did that make sense to you? Were there any bits that you were struggling with or thought, why has he done that? Because I might have said something that to me seems like nothing, but then you guys might not understand it. So I need to make sure that you guys know what I'm talking about. You did. Awesome. Cool. I'm glad to hear it. So well done, Eddie. You've done really well. Well done. So I think we've gone through everything now. If anyone has any questions about why I've set them, please do put them in the comments, because I don't want to, leave you on this and then you're sat there thinking, oh, I wish I'd asked him this. So I'll give you a couple more minutes just to ask me a question. I'll just waffle for a bit whilst you're thinking of a question. But yeah, I mean, we've got Ode to Joy, Letter to Notes. I mean, they're similar. Actually, to be fair, the two schools I've actually set fairly similar stuff. It's Lean on Me into notation. So that's just making you aware of what musical notation looks like. And, you know, because you've been learning music in terms of letters. So it's helpful for you guys to know what the letters look like as opposed to musical notation. What should we practice over the weekend? Well, if you can play Finger Jogging 4, Eddie, and you can play it well, then I would return to Ode to Joy and and the video I sent you last week, which was Ode to Joy playing with both hands. Okay, because next week I'm going to send you part 2 of that, and I'd like you to be pretty good at playing both hands before we get to the next part, because the next part's obviously different and the chords move a lot quicker in part 2 of Ode to Joy. So I want you to be able to do that before you move on to part 2. So practice playing with both hands for Ode to Joy. If you can already do, it's getting a bit bored of Ode to Joy, anything else? Okay, right. Well, what we might do, if you're comfortable, if you're happy playing it, Eddie, and you can play the whole thing, not the whole thing. Well, next week I was gonna show you how to play part 2. But if you can already play that, then maybe we'll look at learning Lean on Me. The only thing I've got to be careful is make sure that everyone is on the same level, because that's the only difficulty with groups. Is I know that Eddie, you might be doing really well with this. You might be flying through all the material, but I don't want to leave someone behind. That's the only issue. But Heidi's also said, can we learn on Lean on Me? So maybe actually, I might move you guys on to Lean on Me fairly soon, sooner than I'd planned. Because the next thing we're going to do is play along to the backing track. And that's quite fast. So I want you to be able to do that in the first 2 bars of Lean on Me. Okay, cool, right. So in that case, maybe I'll think about starting Lean on Me with you guys next week. I might coincide Lean on Me with Ode to Joy a little bit, because I do want you guys to be able to play it along to the backing track. But yeah, okay, cool. Thank you for saying that. I will write that down and then make sure we start doing that fairly soon. It may not be next week, but it might be the week after that. So I hope that's okay with you guys, all right? Please say okay, yeah? I could play the backing track of Ode to Joy. Awesome, well done, Heidi. Okay, fine. Well, maybe I'll send the backing track one out next week then with the part 2 and see how you guys get on. Start Lean on Me with St. James. Okay, cool. Awesome. Right. Okay. In that case, I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. Well done for practicing. Obviously, Eddie, Heidi, you guys obviously been practicing. Ella, I can tell you've been practicing. Ella Smith as well. Good job. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Obviously, I can't see you guys, so I can't, go off how you're feeling about songs and if you're really getting through them. But it's really important if you do tell me on these things so I can, change what I'm doing. So anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for interacting. It's great to have some people talking to me. And I will see you on Monday for your next lesson and then Thursday for the next live stream. So I will see you guys later. Goodbye.